Hello everyone, this is Marie from the Marilyn Monroe channel. Today we are interviewing Trevor, who owns a wonderful Marilyn Monroe fan account, and the name of his Instagram account is called Lovelymarilyn26. Currently, Lovelymarilyn26 has over 20,000 followers. Thanks for joining us today, Trevor. Okay, so I have 4 questions I'd like to ask you. The first one is, when and how did you first discover Marilyn Monroe?
I discovered Marilyn back in May 2017, and how I discovered her was one of the most silliest ways possible. Like, seriously, you're gonna love this. And so, I was at my grandma's house. It was nighttime, and I was on YouTube. And in my recommendations, there was a video of Donkey from Shrek. And what it was, this person went to Universal Studios, which I believe was in Hollywood. And so I clicked on it, watched the video, and then I went down a rabbit hole of a bunch of their videos. And then I landed on one when they went to talk to Marilyn Monroe, and they told her some puns. And obviously we know that was a Stone was a lookalike now, but I didn't know exactly who Marilyn was. So I looked her up on Google and thought she's like the most beautiful girl in the entire world. And so I looked her up on YouTube after that, and the first thing that popped up was a lyric video for I Wanna Be Loved by You. And so I watched it, and I really loved the song because I like that era of music, you know, the 50s. And so the next day, which I remember was a Saturday, I remember talking to my grandma about if she remembered Marilyn. And my grandma said yes, you know, she's like very sexy, very beautiful. And so when I got home, I went onto Netflix out of curiosity to see if they had any of her movies. And luckily, at the time, they did. They had Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. So that was my first movie of hers I watched. And I really liked it. I thought her and Jane Russell did an excellent job. And I'm not like too huge on musicals, but that one was fantastic. I thought they, you know, really work well off each other, and it's just, you know, really entertaining. And when I watched her, you know, there was a different experience than I've had with any other like actress or whatever. When I watched her for the very first time, I was memorized by her beauty, but not only that, but just how she really glows on the screen and really like shines. It was such a different experience I've never had. And from there, I went to my local library, and they had some of her movies, so I watched those. And then I read books on her, some documentaries that I don't remember the name of at the moment, because that was, you know, 3 years ago now. And so, you know, I got interested in her life and saw how I could relate to her, and that's like how I became a fan.
Oh wow, interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Alright, so the next question I got for you is, what made you decide to create a Marilyn Monroe fan account?
The reason why I decided to make a Marilyn account, which at the time I've never made or thought of making a fan account before. So, quick backstory is, so the account that you guys know me by, Lovelymarilyn26, actually used to be something else. Back in October of 2017, I made the account originally as a sad aesthetic account. Now, occasionally I would post a picture of Marilyn, and in January, I kind of got bored of just posting aesthetics, so since I loved Marilyn so much, instead of just deleting the account, I deleted all the aesthetics and just started posting Marilyn. And the reason why I kept on going for this account was because of how much I love Marilyn and how much she means to me. She is my biggest inspiration, and she has helped me a lot. Each day she inspires me. Each day I get, memorized by her beauty. I love who she is as a person. She is just amazing. And the reason why I have this account is because I want to share with others of how much I love Marilyn and just my love for Marilyn in general. I'm able to connect with other people that also like her, love her, etc.
That's great that you didn't delete your account, and it's great that you started posting Marilyn pictures. They are all so very wonderful. All right, so my next question is, what is your favorite Marilyn Monroe movie and why?
My most favorite movie that Marilyn did is The Misfits. And the reason why that is because one, I can really relate to her character, Rosalind. Like, I can see a lot of myself in her. And second of all, I just thought Marilyn did an excellent job, acting, and she was just really good in it, because that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to do dramas and to be taken seriously, and I think that movie really, really portrays her, good acting in dramas and whatnot, what she wanted to do, and, conveys a lot of emotion, whether it be joy or sadness, and it's just, I don't know, I guess the relatability, and I really love how she looks in that movie. She is just beyond gorgeous, beyond beautiful. I loved her hair, her makeup, just everything about it. I don't know, I just really liked the movie. And I think it really teaches a good lesson towards the end. I don't want to spoil anything, but for who have not seen it, but I just really love it. It's just hard to explain in simple words, but basically, I guess, to simplify it, because I can relate to it, and I thought she did really good in it.
Yes, The Misfits is a wonderful movie. It's definitely worth seeing for those who haven't. All right, our last question is, what is something that you like about Marilyn that makes her unique from other celebrities?
One thing that I like about Marilyn that makes her unique from any other celebrity, especially during that time era, is how she was very loving and accepting of others. And as we know, in the 50s era, it was a very racist, closed-minded time, but Marilyn was very open-minded. And an example of that is, if you guys remember, with Ella Fitzgerald, Marilyn was able to help Ella, sing at the club she was at. And at the time, if I remember correctly, there was not any black singers there. And Marilyn was like, okay, I'll be there every day when she performs. So they said, okay, that's kind of like the gist of it. And, it's not the best way to explain it, but basically that's what happened. And I feel like if Marilyn was around, if she was still alive, I feel like she would be accepting of everyone. Because that's just how she was. She was very, sweet, loving, and kind, and I keep saying accepting a lot, but she was. And I don't know, she was, very smart, unique thinking, and I think at the end of the day, another thing I like about her is that how we can all relate to her one way or another, and how she has inspired so many, and how she has helped people, she's helped me, and just having that connection with her is really nice. And what makes her like so unique out of all the celebrities there has been is that she was very real. She wasn't fake. She wasn't trying to, be an actress to just be famous and rich, But rather, it's because that's what she wanted to do. It's something that she loved, and with more practice, she got better, she was getting better and better and improving, and she was able to get, from small roles to big roles. And even though she went through all this really, horrible stuff, she was still able to, achieve her dreams of becoming a movie star. And I think that is very inspiring to whoever wants to pursue any career. It doesn't have to be acting or singing or anything big like that. It could be just something simple, And I think her strength is another thing that makes her unique. There's so many things that make her unique. I could make a whole list, but basically just kind of narrow down just a couple things. Is one, how she was very loving and accepting of others, and how she was able to get through things, how she had the strength, and how real she was and genuine. Because I think in the day and age of celebrity status, I think it's important to look up to someone that was genuine, that was real. And if you read her quotes, she never wanted to get any plastic surgery to change her face completely, and she really embraced beauty. And I think she's a perfect example of being a role model and inspiration. Even though she's made mistakes, we all have. She wasn't perfect to the T, but I would say she's very close to it though. But anyways, I just want to say, before we end off this interview, I just want to thank you guys for having me. And I just want to say to everyone that's listening, thank you for listening. And I'm looking forward to, hearing what other people have to say, about Marilyn, because I love her so much with all my heart, and she just means the absolute world to me. I honestly don't know what I would do without her, because she was there at my darkest hour, and she was a light to me. She was able to shine through and kind of guide me the way out of the sadness and the rain. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and just remember to stay safe and be careful, especially in this time. And I love you guys, and thank you once again for letting me be a part of this.
Thank you so much, Trevor, for joining us today in this interview. This was really nice. Trevor's Instagram account, Lovelymarilyn26, is in the description below. Please make sure to follow his account. Thanks everyone for listening to the interview today. Subscribe to see more. Bye everyone.